Okay, so I promised us real world stuff, real world examples. So what's more real than a contact book? Okay, so again, let's go high level. Let's picture what we want to build. So ideally, we want to have a database of contacts, and by database, I mean we are storing our contacts somewhere. And since we are learning dictionaries, this is going to be a dictionary, and then we'll later write some rules, maybe some checks or something. Okay, we'll retrieve. So I think we'll get. Okay, so let's just look at how that's going to be. So right off the bat, we know that we are going to be working with some contacts. Again, we know we are studying dictionaries. Let's create our dictionary. Okay. And now what do we need? We need the person's name and then their number. So let me just create two sections, name, and then we'll have their number two over here. Sorry, this is supposed to be a column. This happens to me a lot. So I'm going to leave it in. So if it happens to you, then you also know what to do. So again, copy, paste, 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 paste. Get rid of the last comma, and then we are going to try to come up with some creative names. Okay, so we have John, caps lock. We have John. Okay, let's see, Philip. Let's see, of course, me, Daniel, and then let's not be one way. Let's add some girls. So let's see, Linda. Okay, let's see, Deborah. Okay, back to guys. Let's see, Newton. So Isaac Newton, and then let's see, Sheldon. Let's see, Sheldon, like this. Okay, now we want to make up some numbers, but I don't know, it doesn't really matter the numbers we are giving them, not even in length or anything. Okay, you know, I may come back to this project to teach error handling and stuff like that. So we may write checks for the length of the numbers. You know, in certain different states, different countries have different lengths of numbers and things like that. Yeah, we'll do error handling soon. Let's not worry. Right after dictionaries. So this is our contact book, and then we want to retrieve the numbers. Okay, so if you really remember what we did, we can go like contacts.get. Okay, because now it's getting very tricky. I didn't really think this through. So when you want to get, right, by what I've written, we'll have to manually input all the names here one by one. I don't know, that's not very okay. Let's ask for user input. Okay, so we'll ask for input from our user, and then we'll say, please, let me get rid of, what the hell is that? You say, please enter a name for us. That's how we are going to do it. Okay, and then let's put it as a variable. You say name, because mind you, you could easily write all of this in the brackets. Nobody cares, but we want to do it the right way. And then get takes in a second, should I say arguments? We can just see contacts not found. Okay, so what happens when we do not? You see, let's look at how to use our VS Code. Return the value for blah blah blah. Else, so the second thing we are writing is to cover the else. If what we are getting, we don't get it. I mean, that's the best way I can explain it. So contact not found, and then we do this. Okay, now when we do this, we have not done anything. I keep telling us when we want output, we need to print. So we print. Come on, man. So we print, and then we need to close this bracket, and then let's test out our application. Okay, so right off the bat, the person I'm most curious about is Sheldon. Sheldon. Okay, so I just realized something, and let me just slip it in. What if the user just went ahead to write like this, Sheldon? It's not going to be found. Let's just test the positive cases first, okay? So let's see Sheldon, and then you can see Sheldon's number, a very Sheldon number, like a very Sheldon-like number. Sorry, but it's really a matter of how we wrote the names over here. Okay, so I'm just going to take time to make, but we don't also write names with small letters, but whatever. You see, these are the things you have to deal with when you're writing code. And probably I know there may be a better way. If there is, I'll add it in the comment section, of course. But right off the bat, I didn't think through this. I don't think through stuff before recording. Please forgive me. Okay, so this is a very redundant line. I thought maybe this was not registering here. That's how I took it down here. So let's go dot lower like we did initially. And I'm going to run code, and then it asks us keyboard interrupt, and then it asks us for a name. Okay, so we are going to go. Let's type in capital letters or whatever we want. Sheldon, and then we'll have the number. So let's explain what was happening. Okay, so when we had a mix of capital and small letters here, so when we have this, and then strings too are not really mutable. You can't just change one part of the string that the user is inputting. I don't know if it makes sense. When you compare all small letters Sheldon to Sheldon that looks like this, okay, it's not the same thing, so it's not going to be found. Yes, this is programming. This Sheldon is not the same as this Sheldon. So that's why we're running into issues like that. Okay, so just to prove my point one more time, let's also do this in capital letters, all capital letters, and we are still going to find it because we converted it into lower case to match this already. And then yeah, so that's how to build a contact book with dictionaries in Python.